We went to Germany and witnessed as much of its vast history as we could. Normally we would stick to vlogging, but for this video we decided to go just a little bit further and do a deep dive of the historic places we saw. If you're here just to learn about the museums and monuments in Nuremberg, no problem, just skip to this timestamp here. But if you don't mind, or you want to see a little bit more of the process for our trip and filming, just sit tight. The factoids are just a couple minutes away. Good morning. It's a quick start for us today because we are on our way to Nuremberg. Instead of a hostel this time, we're going to be staying in a nice luxury hotel. We kind of spent a little bit extra. Gonna be a pool, fitness center, sauna, yeah. Good things like that. Looking pretty good on time. Probably grab some breakfast at the station and we'll be on our way. Food stands and local cafes everywhere. Where do the boys go?
Set my stuff down, not wait for one push bed.
Yeah. Alright, screw this place. We show up and he comes over, he's like, oh, you only booked for one person. Well, it's a $20 extra charge for every person per night. So we rack up $120 extra charge. I'm pretty mad.
We can't even go to the pool if we want. We need a 1 hour reservation.
Right, need a 1 hour reservation for the pool. This balcony sucks, I don't even like it.
I don't even know if this fridge is on.
Want to talk about hidden fees? There's your hidden fees.
Many hours of complaining later.
Alright, fresh off the sauna and the pool, feeling a little bit better, kind of refreshed. We're off to get some food right now.
Correct.
Hudson, where are we going?
Land Beer Paradise Bodenstrasse.
Sounds like the perfect place for us.
Bodenstrasse.
After a long day of traveling. We'll catch you back at the hotel.
Cut.
It's a rainy morning in Nuremberg. We passed out super early last night, so that's why we didn't really get much else recorded. The plan is museums today. Lots of museums in Nuremberg. You can get this big pass that lets you go to pretty much all of them. We just gotta get a COVID test. You need to have proof of being negative in order to enter it. We'll see how it goes. Cody and Hudson are in tourist information now. We got tested negative, so we're working on getting the museum passes. We're also gonna hit this open market, which looks pretty cool. Full day today, probably. Get to see all kinds of cool things at the museum. All right, here we go. Our first stop on the list is the Nuremberg Imperial Castle, whose original buildings date back all the way to the 11th century. That's old enough to make that dab your aunt did at the most recent family gathering seem somewhat relevant. Throughout the Middle Ages, it was used as a haven for traveling German kings, and is regarded among Europe's most formidable medieval fortresses. As time passed, the castle and its city would be used more and more by the Holy Roman Empire. That's these funny looking guys with the ink blot flag. Their influence can be seen in portions of the stronghold such as the Imperial Chapel. It's got everything your chapels need. Lofted ceiling, Jesus statue, questionable random pit. Full disclosure, in all my research, I couldn't find why this is a thing. History buffs, if you're in the comments, hit me up. Getting back to the chapel though, it was constructed originally around the year 1200 and actually serves as the most architecturally significant building on this castle grounds. Specifically, its structure embodies the effects of Romanesque design, which encompasses a lot of things, but in this case comes from the semicircular arches and the prominent ornate capitals. Capitals? Oh, those are these little doodads here. They act as kind of a shape adapter to go from square arches to circular supporting piers. Sadly, these features are only a few of the remaining original pieces of the castle. Many of these buildings were destroyed in the 1940s through complications with a certain world war. It was eventually rebuilt and restored though, and now those less historic parts are filled to the brim with cool artifacts which are still very historic. Staying on the topic of World War II destruction, there's a restaurant called
Nürnberger Altstadthof.
Yeah, that. What's special about this particular restaurant is their guided tours. Their brewing company has access to a vast set of tunnels, which have found lots of uses over their many years of operation. As alluded to before, purpose was definitely found in World War II, as the tunnels were super duper integral to helping people to not explode as Nuremberg was reduced to rubble. Houses and businesses were interconnected with these narrow tunnels, and plans were set for civilians to escape the many bombings. Kind of like your schoolyard fire drills or your also school time Cold War nuke drills, except these ones would, actually save people. Grant, that desk is doing you no good in the face of a mushroom cloud. But the tunnels weren't built for the war. They actually originated as a tool for food production. Just your standard underground food affairs. You got your pickles, you got your jams, you got your sauerkrauts. They take all the ingredients for this stuff and they just chuck it down these big chutes, and then the magic tunnel elves would process it into delicious, preserved, Okay, in reality, it wasn't elves, obviously, and it wasn't magic either. Actually, they had a pretty state-of-the-art refrigeration system. They would harvest tons and tons of ice throughout the winter months. That's right, just like in Frozen, turns out the movie's pretty accurate. Huh? Oh, you're telling me they were Nordic in Frozen? Not German. 1 second. It's still decent points in GeoCaster. This has got to be good enough. So anyways, Sven would cart back these big chunks of ice, and they'd store it all way underground to keep things cool in the summer. When I say underground, I'm not talking basements, okay? I'm talking journey to the center of the earth, kinds of deep. Deep, are we understanding each other? We actually saw a porthole that went 60 feet straight up to the street for ourselves. That's like an upside-down office building underground. The olden day Germans, not messing around. And the way the air circulated through the tunnels, thanks to these portholes, not only kept their food cold, but helped cool the houses above as well. Hans, the tunnel builder, you crafty son of a gun. But these were mere triflings compared to the real reason everyone was digging these tunnels. Beer. It was beer. No kidding, beer was actually very important to the German people way back then. Because of the process to make it, you were guaranteed to be drinking something not so filled with bacteria or contamination that it, killed you. This actually led to a time where the red beer made in these tunnels was drank more than water in towns like Nuremberg. For the uninitiated, red beer is a Nuremberg classic, having been heavily regulated since 1303 to include very specific ingredients. Seriously, they had special beer laws saying that it could only be made with barley malt. The fermentation being slow and requiring cool temperatures found it its home in the icy tunnels. That is until refrigeration came along in the 1900s and ruined everyone's fun. But hey, obsolete or not, brewers were probably still thankful for the tunnels when the war came along and started blowing up their spots. Alright, with all the hardship we've learned of, it's only fair to start digging deep into some of the repercussions that followed it. We're here at Courtroom 600, part of the Nuremberg Trials Museum, where the remaining members of the higher-ranking Nazi party were tried for their misdeeds against humanity as a whole. Actually, this is more of a replica of the historic room where the trial happened. After the proceedings, Courtroom 600's various world event accoutrements got sort of torn down. No, that's fine, guys. Big trial, end of the World War, 4 major countries involved. Knock this crap down. We got traffic court in here on Monday. I mean, this setup was no joke, and it really couldn't be with that many different nations involved and with how high the stakes were. I mean, the amount of translators and press and other required personnel that had to coordinate and squeeze into a courtroom was a monumental task to complete. Similar to the tunnels, we had little audio devices to take us through the many details of the trial proceedings, and boy howdy was there a lot to cover. Dissimilar to the tunnels was an element of interactivity in the sense that you could choose from these glowing panels what bits of information you wanted to listen to. The information is split into 3 sections encompassing the past, present, and future of the trials. In the past, you could learn of the offenders' backgrounds, as well as the press and the media coverage for the event. This also includes the propaganda from the war and the way the countries tried to influence each other with their respective old-timey social media status updates. Not worried that we are losing it all. I mean, we're not losing. Who said we were losing? Hashtag Germany, hashtag BuzzOffSU. The present section of information consists of what you'd expect, a lot of specifics on trial proceedings and their outcomes. Most notably, there is actual footage of some witness accounts in the trial, and there was a lot to pick from, as there were around 280 accounts throughout the entirety of the trial. Diving into the specifics of the past and present of this trial would require a whole video on its own, so we'll stick to a rough pass and some tidbits about the actual museum itself for this one. As for the future section, it spins off into topics outside of the trials themselves, focusing on other related events and the crime system in modern times in general. It's presented in conjunction with the International Criminal Court, Den Haag. As in, don't kill people, no, very bad. Don't solve with violence. If you are angry or upset, Den Haag. I'm sorry. It's hard to convey the weight of the museum without picking you up and physically dropping you into the museum yourself, but suffice it to say, this was actually one of my favorites from the entire trip. Moving right along, we have the documentation center of the Nazi Party rally grounds. Oh good, another one that is impossible to capture without actually being there. To start out, you see a map of the entire rally grounds, which is a huge expanse of land with lots of tiny components. There's a projector map right in the entrance, which really helps to understand all the little pieces. It pops around and it'll show information, as well as do some minor detailing on the various locations with the projecting. Once introduced to the places, you're hit with all the atrocities that happened at them. This included horrid conditions and forced labor from a fluctuating number of inmates, killed because of the poor living and working conditions, but also ever growing due to capture of specific social minorities such as the Jewish people or enemies of the state such as Soviet Union members. Anybody who didn't or couldn't join the Nazi regime were shipped to camps such as this, and from there the horror stories are never ending. Although brutal and sad, the museum attempts to end on a higher note as it displays the attempt towards change and reformation for the rally grounds. Following World War II, the goal was to destroy the bad and introduce something good. Sports stadiums, memorials, and museums like this one.
I don't know. I think it might take a little bit more than a couple football games to fix this one, but that's just me. This is something they actually recognize. The exhibits are quick to mention that their memorials present for certain specific places and actions are insufficient recompense given what happened there. Whew, that was a lot. I'm beat. Are you beat? I'm beat. Well, we can relax with some lighter vlog stuff for now then. I hear there's a pool and some churches with our names on it.
Then we'll be like, hello?
That was a great day at the museums. For dinner, we had Indian food, which was my first time having Indian food, and it was really good.
It's not working.
It's not working.
Why not? It says payment failed.
Oh, come on, that's it. We're ordering pizza right now because we haven't had enough food tonight. I got this giant thing of Coke. It doesn't taste very good. We're watching SpongeBob. It's been a pretty good night. My leg hurts really bad. We were gonna go rock climbing, but I was a baby about it and I could not go. Any closing thoughts, boys?
Annoying.
I'm annoying?
I said 9.
9.
But yes. Now that you bring it up.
Good night. All right, boys.
I am not looking forward to this.
It's Nuremberg day 3. It's raining again. It's been cold and rainy pretty much the entire time we've been here in Germany. Where are we headed?
Cafe.
Cafe for
Or espresso.
and brekkie.
Oh, breakfast.
Most important meal of the day. Come on, you can't be forgetting. So basically, we'd have to get another test to go climbing, and we're not gonna pay $20 just to pay money to go climbing. So instead, Hudson wanted to check out a cathedral, so that's what we're on our way to do. All right, this is what we paid all that money for. Hotel with a pool. Let's go. These guys just hit the sauna. It's like 1,000 degrees in there, so I probably won't bring the camera in.
Ooh, big congrats to Alan.
Big congrats, what did happen?
Guess who's a mechanic now?
He is?
Yes, sir.
Shit. We cut into the Allen cam? All right, congrats, Al. Bet he won't watch this, so he'll never see that, but. Whew, that was fun. We went and grabbed some food. We went to this kind of rustic diner place that had really great schnitzel. We actually all got the same thing, which was just schnitzel, roasted potatoes, and a salad. After that, we stopped at the store, grabbed some more snacks. I think we were chilling today mostly, just to like kind of recoup. I think we needed it.
Look how brown that is.
Hudson's doing some laundry in the bathtub with bar soap. Best of luck to you. I think Cody's planning on joining him in a bit. We have to wake up early to catch the train tomorrow, and then we're back to Munich, and then a few more days in Munich, and we're out of here. It's the end of our Germany trip. A little bit sad, but you know, we're gonna keep moving and having a good time, and we'll keep you along with it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Liked what you saw? Good, I'm glad. If you want to see more, we actually have a gaming channel up and running now over at Tri-Bit Council on YouTube. If you're into that sort of thing, maybe give us a watch. We're always happy to see new faces. Okay, enough shilling, I promise. I'll catch you guys later.